Hello, everyone. I hope all is well with you. I'm your host, Jocelyn, and welcome to What in the Black History. Hello, and welcome back. I do hope all is well with you. This week's topic is Dave Bartholomew. David Louis Bartholomew was an important figure in music, notable for discovering talented stars such as Fats Domino and others, along with putting his stylistic imprint on the early sounds of rock and roll. He was born December 24th of 1918 in Eggard, Louisiana, 39 miles west of New Orleans, a small town whose African-American populace worked in sugar mills or on the docks servicing the riverboats. Bartholomew's father played tuba with jazz bands, shifting the family to New Orleans in 1933, where he worked on riverboats and bars. Here, the musically precocious youth began playing trumpet in local jazz and brass bands. He served in the U.S. military during the war, returning to New Orleans in November of 1945. Forming his own band, Dave Bartholomew and the Dewdroppers, named after the locally famous black music hotel and nightclub, the Dewdrop Inn, Bartholomew forged rhythm and blues out of jump blues and swing. In 1947, Bartholomew made his debut record for Deluxe Records. It sold well locally, and he scored his first national hit in 1949 with the suggestive Country Boy. That same year, while playing in Houston, Texas, Bartholomew was approached on the bandstand by Lou Chudd of Imperial Records, a fledgling Los Angeles-based independent record label, then concentrating on selling Mexican records. Chudd asked Bartholomew if he would be interested in working with him. Soon, Bartholomew would serve as Imperial's New Orleans A&R man, scouting and signing talent, then producing, arranging, often songwriting for and playing on the sessions. In 1949, Imperial's first two R&B chart hits both featured Bartholomew's many talents, Jewel King's 3 times 7 equals 21, and Fats Domino's The Fat Man. Bartholomew had found Domino playing in local bars and recognized the youth's star quality. Together, the two men adapted Junker's Blues, a song about heroin addiction, into The Fat Man. Lou Chudd initially hated it, but it was an immediate hit with black listeners, selling over 1 million copies. The Fat Man is now often called the first rock and roll record. Bartholomew left Imperial in 1950 after a dispute over money and concentrated on making his own records. Cutting the street party anthem Shrimp and Gumbo, Proto-Rap, The Monkey, and the innuendo-laden My Dingaling, the tune Chuck Berry would make his only ever UK number one in 1972, while also producing Lloyd Price's 1952 debut single, Lawdy Miss Claudie, an R&B number one that would soon be recorded by everyone from Elvis Presley and the Beatles to the Replacements and Lemmy. Imperial lured Bartholomew back in 1952, and in 1955, he and Domino would set off on an extended run of hits. Dave producing and co-writing the songs and leading a band that featured several musicians now hailed as pioneers, drummer Earl Palmer, saxophonist Lee Allen, and guitarist Walter Papoose Nelson. They made Fats a superstar and introduced the world to New Orleans R&B. Bartholomew kept busy throughout the 1950s, issuing both his own records and producing/writing others. In Jamaica, Bartholomew's productions were hugely popular, and early ska developed directly from New Orleans R&B. The British invasion that began with the Beatles in late 1963 shifted listeners away from the warm, horn-heavy New Orleans music Bartholomew specialized in, and Chud sold Imperial to Liberty Records that same year. Bartholomew continued to work as a producer and band leader, but by the late 1960s had cut back on his workload. He had over 4,000 songwriting credits, and some of these provided extremely lucrative. Bartholomew's immense musical talent was matched by his self-confidence and discipline. He succeeded at a time of extreme racial segregation and brutally exploitative recording deals, yet never lost control of his publishing or the direction he wanted to take. Bartholomew remained active through the 1990s, performing on international tours with Fats Domino and releasing more albums. In 1981, he released the album Dave Bartholomew's New Orleans Jazz Band. In the 1990s, he released two more albums, Dave Bartholomew and the Maryland Jazz Band in 1995, and New Orleans Big Beat in 1998. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1991, the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1998, and the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame in 2009. This legendary musician, bandleader, composer, arranger, and record producer died on June 23rd of 2019 in Metairie, Louisiana at the age of 100. And that is the end of the episode this week. I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you'll join me next week. And until then, keep glowing and keep growing. Bye. Thank you for joining me today on What in the Black History. If you enjoyed the show, please leave a 5-star rating on Spotify to help the show grow. You can also help the show grow by telling your friends, family, and coworkers to listen in. Stream What in the Black History on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you have any suggestions on little-known Black history facts that you think that I should do, email me at whatintheblackhistory@gmail.com. Bye.